What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Litecoin. But before we get started, if you're not a member of the free Discord, please click the link in the description box below and get started with the free Discord. And without further ado, we'll get straight into today's video. All right, so Litecoin, starting off here on the daily candlesticks, you guys can see I have a trend line drawn here that we tested once, twice, and a third time right here. So that third test of this trend line is a very good sign for Litecoin because we had a very strong reaction off of this trend line. Price was bought back up pretty much instantly, and we went right back up to $127. After dropping down to that trend line. So that's a really, really good sign because it shows there's a lot of buying pressure down here and a lot of big whales pushing the price of Litecoin up off of these levels. Now, actually, it looks a lot like Bitcoin. So we have Bitcoin over here on the right and Litecoin over here on the left. And you can see Bitcoin during the summer correction of last year. We have this pullback right here where we went down inside of a channel. And you can see Litecoin actually did the exact same thing. So what I think is going to happen here with Litecoin is we'll break out and start to move up towards $200 in the short term, just exactly like what we see over here on the right that already happened with Bitcoin. So that's what I see in the chart. You can see a clear ABC correction here on the daily candlesticks, wave A, wave B, and wave C right there. And actually, if we compare Litecoin to Bitcoin again, this point on Bitcoin right here is very similar to what I see currently on Litecoin. So we have Bitcoin on the right and Litecoin over here on the left. And this is Bitcoin starting its uptrend after a big bear market. You can see the price of Bitcoin breaks out towards $500 and pulls back right here and then builds momentum up and breaks out to new local high. Now, this right here reminds me a lot of this right here, because when you break out into a new uptrend, there's always going to be that initial pump where the price kind of goes vertical for a minute. Because you're breaking out of a bear market into a bull market, price goes vertical just like this. And then you get some type of a consolidation reaccumulation before breaking out for a new local high and a higher low. Because in a new bull market, you got to form those higher highs and higher lows. So before you break out for that next higher high, after that first breakout, you're going to have some type of a consolidation pattern. It's probably going to chop people around. A lot of people will probably start to wonder if the bear market is starting again. And because of that, they don't buy right here because they're wondering if it's going to start a bear market again, because this is only the first impulse in a new bull market. So a lot of people are still leaning towards the idea that it could go lower when that happens. So what do? Well, you just buy, you keep accumulating because that's a reaccumulation structure before the market pushes higher. So I do think Litecoin will start to head up toward $200. The similarities in these two charts isn't just in the immediate time frame. In fact, I can pull Litecoin out here onto the 3-day candlesticks and we can zoom out on Litecoin, and we have Bitcoin over here on the right on the 3-day candlesticks. And if you look at these two charts, you guys, even on the bigger time frame, it's not only zoomed in that they look the same. Here on the bigger time frame, you can also see Litecoin looks a lot like early day Bitcoin before Bitcoin took off, before it broke out to a new all-time high. The same ABC correction here, wave A, wave B, and wave C occurred over here on Bitcoin. Wave A, wave B, and wave C. Then you get that sideways consolidation, just like over here on Bitcoin. Then you break out into a new bull market, just like over here on Bitcoin. And now we're reaccumulating and consolidating in preparation for another leg up. So the name of the game for Litecoin is to be accumulating, to be buying up, because look how undervalued Litecoin is in relation to its previous old all-time high. This thing is stupid undervalued in the big picture. So as it turns around, it's going to really take off. It's basically waiting to explode. And as it pushes up through resistance, it's going to start to build a lot of momentum because of how undervalued it is in the big picture. It's like a soda can getting shaken up, and once it finally gets opened, all that pressure gets released. And that's where you get a big breakout in the big picture and a new bull market starting, is that pressure is getting released from all of it being built up during the bear market. That's where you get short squeeze events where price goes really high after a big drop. And that's where you get these big reversals after a big bear market, because those big reversals happen as a result of all of that pressure and momentum being built up throughout the whole bear market. And then it's finally released and it explodes. And when it explodes, again, you're making higher highs and higher lows. And that higher high, higher low pattern is really what we're trading here on Litecoin. We're watching for that next higher high up towards $200 because we've already seen our first higher high and higher low pattern in a new uptrend. So that's really what we're playing here, is this higher high, higher low pattern. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. You can see how Bitcoin established its uptrend with higher highs and higher lows. Litecoin is really set up to do the same thing, to establish its uptrend with higher highs and higher lows. We just did the very first higher high and higher low, and I'm expecting that next higher high and higher low to come soon, which should take us over $200. So that's Litecoin in the short term as well as in the big picture, because if this continues to take place and continues to play out like I think it will, that means that Litecoin is starting a bull market. That in the big picture, Litecoin is starting a bull market, just like what happened to Bitcoin over here in 2016. And all through 2016 and 2017, Bitcoin was going up, again, making higher highs and higher lows, establishing its uptrend and breaking out into price discovery. We broke out into price discovery here and really took off for Bitcoin. So a massive uptrend is what I really believe is coming for Litecoin in the big picture. So not only in the shorter time frame are we bullish, but in the big picture, we're also looking for this big breakout and vertical move for Litecoin. So yeah, I'm bullish here on the daily up towards $200, and I'm bullish here in the bigger picture up for a new all-time high on Litecoin. And also, you guys, if you haven't been following me on X, I do share a lot of analysis. And one of the things I like to look at is old internet companies or graphics card companies or computer companies, because their accumulation patterns look very similar to the accumulation patterns we see in crypto. And if you look at Litecoin zoomed out all the way in the big picture, and you look at NVIDIA and the structure that the market made during that time, it's the exact same human psychology, the same sideways action where you're having bull markets and bear markets, but overall you're moving sideways for like 8 years, and then a massive uptrend starts. And I really think that's coming for Litecoin. And when I say Litecoin could hit $1,000 plus, that's what I see in the charts. That's what these accumulation patterns are showing for Litecoin. And I really think it could do that as it breaks out into this bull market, as it follows, for example, this structure of higher highs and higher lows and starts to get parabolic and overvalued. Yeah, it's going to keep going higher and higher because people are going to get irrational. As crypto is mass adopted and as the demand continues to increase, people will get irrational and the price will go vertical because of that. And when it does that, I really think Litecoin could hit $1,000 pretty easily. this cycle. It's only worth $128 right now. So that's a lot of profit on the upside for Litecoin. That's a big, huge, profitable move in the big picture, and one I do see in the charts coming over time. You know, it's going to take time to get there, but that's what the charts are showing, is a big vertical breakout, mass adoption, and demand continually increasing, and price just getting driven to levels that people will be blown away. They won't expect it, they'll be blown away, and they'll be taken back. So I do think a big, big move is coming for Litecoin very soon. On the daily and even in the big picture, we've been accumulating for like 8 years. And the results of that, the fruition of all of this institutional accumulation, billions of dollars of institutional accumulation over the past 8 years, the fruition of that, I think, will be a 2017-like bull market. That's what 2017 looked like on Bitcoin, and I think it's going to do the same thing for Litecoin this cycle. So you just have to be ready and prepared for that kind of a move in the big picture. So that's my view on Litecoin. Quick little update. I feel like it's going to break out and take off really soon. So that's why I decided to do another update on Litecoin, even though 5 days ago or 8 days ago or whatever, I did post an update on Litecoin. I think it's going to break out again really soon. And so I figured I'd make an update, because just like how I was updating Dogecoin a lot before Dogecoin broke out towards 40 cents when it was worth like 8 cents and 10 cents, I really feel the need to update you guys on Litecoin, because I think it's about to do a very vertical move in the short term. So that's my update on Litecoin. Hey, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. I love and appreciate every single one of you. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and share it with your friends. And I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos. And as always, stay profitable out there.